Welcome, my creepies and crawlies, to Pretty Creepy Tales and Crafts. Here, shadows have stories, and even the darkest corners can be beautiful. So grab your yarn, your candles, or just your curiosity, because tonight we stitch together something spooky. While I share tonight's chilling tale, I'll also be working on an evil eye granny square. This square is just the beginning. It will grow one eerie stitch at a time into a blanket full of protection and mystery. So light your candle, thread your hooks, and let the shadow gather close. Follow along with your own project if you dare, and watch as the evil eye takes shape under my hands. To see the full blanket when it's complete, stay tuned, my creeps, and watch for the next episode. For now, let's settle in and let our spooky stitches begin. Imagine walking through an elegant park in Denver. Lush lawns, towering trees, and a marble pavilion glowing under the moonlight. Families picnic, joggers pass by, dogs chase frisbees. But as the sun dips, the air thickens. A shadow seems to move where there is none. You glance back. No one's there. You are in Cheesman Park, one of Denver's most haunted grounds, because beneath this beauty lie thousands of forgotten graves. Mount Prospect Cemetery was established in 1858 during Denver's early boom. Pioneers, criminals, paupers, and victims of disease were buried here, many in unmarked graves. Over time, the sections were abandoned, markers vanished, and weeds overtook the land. Locals began to avoid the cemetery at night. Even then, whispers spoke of ghostly lights and voices between the headstones. But this was only the beginning. By the 1880s, Denver's elite wanted the eyesore removed. Families had stopped burying loved ones there. In 1890, the government approved converting the cemetery into a city park. Families were given 90 days to claim their dead, but few did. The city hired undertaker E.P. McGovern to move the rest. What followed was a nightmare. McGovern was paid per coffin, so he split bodies into pieces, placing limbs and skulls into multiple child-sized coffins just to increase profit. Newspapers described the work as ghoulish. Skulls rolled across the ground, bones were scattered, and graves were left open to scavengers. Residents claimed to see shadows moving among the overturned soil at night, figures that vanished when approached. Witnesses reported disembodied cries, and workers refused to stay after dark. The scandal halted the removals. Thousands of bodies remained, simply covered with fill dirt. The dead had been disturbed, and they were not at rest. Despite the incomplete exhumations, Denver plowed the area and began construction. Landscapes were planted over graves. In 1907, the beautiful Cheesman Pavilion was built, its marble floors literally laid over bones. Even today, construction crews occasionally unearth coffin wood, buttons, human remains. In 2008 and again in 2010, workers found intact skeletons just inches below the surface. These discoveries prove what ghost hunters have already known. The dead still lie here. The hidden history left scars and countless ghost stories. One is the woman in white. Visitors have seen a pale woman wandering the park at dusk, softly crying. Some say she searches for a lost child whose grave was destroyed. Others see her vanish into the ground. Late at night, some hear children laughing and singing, only to find no one nearby. Paranormal groups have recorded faint voices and the sound of a child sobbing near the pavilion. And that's where we come to the man on the steps. A tall figure is sometimes spotted standing motionless on the pavilion steps. When approached, he dissolves into mist. Joggers have also reported the feeling of being grabbed by invisible hands or being tripped by unseen forces on empty paths. Local ghost tours tell of visitors who felt watched, felt like they were being touched, or overwhelmed by sudden dread. Some faint, others flee. Cheesman Park radiates an uneasy beauty. In spring, patches of grass grow darker and thicker, marking where the graves once lay. Psychics claim they sense thousands of restless spirits. Even skeptics admit the atmosphere changes after dark. Many believe the disturbed souls, those torn apart or left behind and forgotten, still linger, seeking acknowledgement. Their presence is subtle by day, but at night, the veil thins. This haunting is not just a ghost story. It's a reminder of what happens when the dead are disrespected. What once was a cemetery was paved over without care, and the spirits have never left. Cheesman Park is now a place where life and death coexist. Picnics above and bones below. Laughter on the surface, sorrow in the soil. So the next time you stroll beneath the trees, feel the breeze, and step into the marble pavilion, listen. You might hear the faint crying of a mother, the laughter of invisible children, or the rustle of footsteps behind you. In Cheesman Park, the past is never buried deep enough. That's all for tonight's tale, my creepies and crawlies. I hope you enjoyed every shadowy stitch of it. If you're brave enough, join me again for more pretty creepy tales and crafts, where we weave stories as haunting as they are beautiful. Don't forget to follow or share your own spooky creations and keep the whispers alive. Until next time, keep crafting, keep creeping, and above all, stay spooky.